There's a man who's had three different names in his life. He was Stephen Giorgio, then he was Cat Stevens, then he was Islam Yusuf. Either way, he could sing a bit.
Magnificent. A teaser and the Firecat, T for the Tillerman on loop for me as a teenager. Love them both.
Have you worked out the theme yet, Rob?
Yep.
What is it?
We have a guest coming on very shortly who goes around doing covers of brilliant artistes, and we are covering the coverings that he covers.
Indeed.
How does that sound?
Yeah, Cat Stevens and Neil Diamond have both had a warble, and I'm going to ask a question of you, Rob, because you're the local. Where the hell is Cororook?
Cororook.
Yeah.
Cororook's just outside of Colac in the rough area. There's Biak and Warrion and Elvie and Cororook. They're all rocky plains, but very highly productive agricultural areas just north of Colac.
Well, there you go. Well, I am confident that Cat Stevens / Yusuf Islam will not be visiting Cororook, nor will Neil Diamond. But I tell you who is going to be visiting very, very soon, in fact, like he's on his way there now, is Ron Vincent, who sings both. G'day, Ron.
Hey, Rob, how are you?
That's Rob. I'm Neil.
Oh, Neil, sorry.
That's all right. I'm the handsome one. Just remember that, you'll be okay.
Luckily, you're on telephone, mate. You don't have to look at our heads. Hey, you've been around for a while, young fella. You've been all over the countryside, entertaining, doing different stuff. It's Cororook this trip down here, and we hopefully a lot of Colacians are listening and will buy a ticket to go and see you. How long you been doing this?
Well, I've been doing the Cat Stevens shows for about 15 years now, coming on 15 years.
Geez, you must know his songs pretty well by now.
Well, yes, I still have the old occasion where you sort of get a bit blanking sometimes, but it's all memory. I've got it all locked in my brain, and it's all there.
Do you do the nice little voice change for father and son?
Yeah, well, the difference in the you mean the semitone or the tone difference?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, octave difference. Sorry, that's what. Yeah, we do all that. Yeah, it's I think the way it was recorded was the best way ever, and I tried to emulate that feeling through my voice and through my heart.
It's also a song that is in one of the... I have to use either the word poignant or juxtapose every week, Ron. So
and you've used both of them. Well played.
Yeah, so I'm going to use poignant, though. One of the most poignant moments of one of my favourite movies, Father and Son. Have you ever seen The Boat That Rocked?
Yeah.
What a seriously magnificent film that is. And, of course, that's when he discovers who his father is.
Oh.
Luke Skywalker. No, that's the wrong film, isn't it?
So Ron, Cat Stevens, why is it just? Have you always been a fan, or do you just see it? Well, he's popular. He's a chance for me to make a quid. What's your drive to cover him?
Oh no, this is going way back when I was about 12, 14 years old. I saw the first time I saw the film Father and Son. It was a film clip with him dressed up in all black, and it was like, I think it was nearly black and white, but it wasn't quite. It was just a faded film clip. He's sitting in the corner of the black Gibson acoustic, and to me, it was just like a shame, and I just had that feeling as a young man, nearly teenager. It was just like a shaman of music. He just was, and he was only at 22 at that age, but he just seemed old as soul, and it just resonated with me. And then a couple of years later, I found out he wasn't performing anymore. Like, I just started getting into music, and that was something I knew my destiny was to do that. So it's nothing to do with making money at all or anything like that. And being a musician, it's probably the hardest thing is to make money.
Oh, no, surely not. You just kick back, sell a few records, and that's all you have to do, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. One hit's all you need. I've written a couple of songs. I am a songwriter, but he's written everything that I needed to say, and for people, that's what it is. And because I found out that he was not playing anymore, and then I saw some live footage of him, it's just something that I thought I could give to the people, because he was off the road for about 30 years, I think, from 1978 till early 2000, 2006, I think he first came back on the road again. So, it was something that was always in my heart to do. But my father, being a musician, always told me to be me, and it was Tribute Acts was sort of just coming out in Las Vegas, I suppose. But that's why Ron Vincent sings Cat Stevens, because my father always said, be you, don't be, try to be like that.
Everybody else is taken.
Yeah. So that's Ron Vincent sings Cat Stevens, yeah.
And we've played a Neil Diamond song, which may also confuse a few people, because as far as I'm aware, Cat Stevens and Neil Diamond are different people. I was a bit confused during the week, because I found you on Facebook and went off to your management company and said, I'd like to talk to Ron about being Cat Stevens. And they came back, no worries at all. And then about 10 minutes later, I see Ron Vincent plays Neil Diamond. I'm thinking, hang on, have I read that wrong? Went back, no, he does both. You're doing two different shows today.
Yeah, right. So with the Neil Diamond, my name's not supposed to be on that show. It was we just done a big show on Saturday just gone, and in the promo, they've actually put Ron Vincent coming back to sing Neil Diamond. I love Neil Diamond too. I heard the Hot Hollywood Night, and that changed me. Now, that's another thing. When Neil Diamond was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2017, I could be wrong with that year, so it was later than that. I think it was later. He was diagnosed, but he stopped touring about 3 or 4 years ago. So something changed in me, because I would never thought. I got interviewed in 2011 when I was doing Cat Stevens, and I said I like Neil Diamond, and journalist said, "Will you do Neil Diamond?" I said, "No, the tribute acts are a dime and a dozen." I think are my exact words.
Well played, sir.
Words. And and I know this might sound a bit crazy what I'm about to say, because I do cover these artists, but I don't like tribute acts. I know it sounds crazy. So what I've done with Neil Diamond, I've actually produced this show myself. And my name's not supposed to be on there, because it's not with the Hot Hollywood Night. There was no visuals or there was no recorded or just audio, and you couldn't really see except the photo on the album. That's all you saw of this, and all it was listening, and that's what I do. It's a production of listening, not me trying to be Neil Diamond or anything like that. It's what you hear, and I produced this show from the first set to the second set, which now coming off the show we just did Saturday. It's been going for about 2.5 years now. I think it was the third year, coming in the third year. I'm trying to. People who come and see the show, they know what they're in for, but people always expect Hot August Night to start with Crunchy Granola, but we actually do the contemporary start from the start, which is this contemporary music, say Heart Light and Forever Blue Jeans, all those sort of songs. And then we do the second set, Hot August Night. So it's like the first set's a production of the songs, like talking to each other, meaning it's a love story within the songs. You Don't Bring Me Flowers, of course, is in there, and Love on the Rocks. So we try to coordinate that differently contemporary style towards the Hot August Night, which is, of course, 1 in 4 homes had the album, and that's what we're trying to recreate, that actual feeling of listening to Hot August Night. And actually, the 6 or 7 songs in a row are actually on the album, in that order, exactly how it comes up. So.
Must be a big get to get Barbara Streisand to come down and sing "You Don't Bring Me Flowers" with you. Is she over for the show?
Yeah, well, I tell you, it took a lot. Obviously, she's not doing it for money because we couldn't afford her, but...
No, because don't take this the wrong way, but if we had known she was coming, we would have talked to her instead of you.
Well, we've got a young lady called Victoria. She's just joined I've got a few ladies that come and do that part, because, of course, this show's only new and we're not playing every week at the moment. We're hoping it will be in the next 6 to 8 months. It'll be weekly. Around the world. That's what I'm trying to take around the world too. I travel with the Cat Stevens show around the world. And but the girl got on board now, Victoria, she's beautiful. She does a great job. Well,
there are 2 little facts about that particular song, and I'm about to tell you something you probably want to know, but I think Rob's head will fall off, which, looking at it, is not a bad thing. First of all, that Neil Diamond wrote that song for Barbara Streisand because they were in the same class together at high school.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. Yeah.
And secondly, he wrote it and for her to perform, and when she performed it, it didn't really take off, and so he recorded it for an album, and some enterprising disc jockey went, hang on a minute, chopped it up and made basically a chopped up version of the song, which they heard and went, you know what, we could do something with this. They went and re-recorded it, and bingo, bango, bongo.
Yep. He actually, there is the audio of him doing it on his own, and actually we do I won't go give too much away, but...
No, don't do that, no.
We chop and change. But that original, that recording, when you're spot on, but when he got with Barbara Streisand, that recording is absolutely phenomenal. It is a work of art, the way he sings, the way he sings it too. It's never been replicated. We're trying to get as close as we can with that emotion through. I've seen a lot of these tribute acts do that song, and I won't go into it, but I'm very, very particular on that. That song is a work of art, and the way that was recorded, her voice, Neil Diamond's voice, of course, it's all part of it. But yeah, and that's a good story on that one. Yeah.
No, you can if you want to just drop that one in tonight, just check it first. But they were at the same school in New York, and they were good mates.
I didn't know they're at the same school.
Yeah, I believe they're in the same class. I tell you who else was in the same class, completely unrelated, and we'll come back to you in a moment, Ron. Is that Daryl Braithwaite and Olivia Newton-John were in the same class at Christ Church School in South Yarra.
Goodness gracious.
If you were the teacher, you'd be walking around giving the old, of course I had Olivia and Daryl in my class.
Just on that, Ron, over the journey, you would have maybe touched on a few others. If there was to be another a show like this...
Vincent Sings.
Yeah, Ron Vincent Sings. Who would you like to do that you haven't already done?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to get emotional here. I lost my dad 2 months ago, and Dad always encouraged me. He loved Jim Croce.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the Bible, yeah. And through the years I played 2 of his songs, Operator, and I did do Time in the Bottle. And then when Dad passed, I sort of got a spiritual message from him. I won't go too deep in the story, but the next day, 12 hours after he passed, I got this song coming on the radio, and of course I knew what I was going to do for his funeral, and that was to play that song. And it just, I'm laughing because he always told me to learn it, and it's a very difficult song to play vocally and acoustically because it's got arpeggios and everything. That Time in the Bottle. And I'm thinking to myself, Dad, you were right. I should have learned this song. So I put it in the show now. I play it. I ask people if it's okay if I can play the Jim Croce. So going back to your question, Jim Croce probably, yeah. Rodriguez, I love Rodriguez, but there's a guy coming to Melbourne. I think he's playing I think Crown. This guy's unbelievable. I think the sister of Rodriguez is in the band too. So yeah.
That's cheating.
Yeah, Gordon Lightfoot, he's brilliant too.
Oh, yeah. There was a Gordon Lightfoot album at home in that similar period where I'd steal my older brother's records and put them on the constant loop. And like you, Hot August Night really flipped me to Neil Diamond. Cat Stevens was in that same loop. Pink Floyd came a little bit later. But Gordon Lightfoot was one my brother had purchased. No one had even heard of him at that stage, I didn't think, but he was magnificent.
He was magnificent, great musician and great songwriter and great vocalist, everything across the board. He was up there. But what I do with the shows is, I don't talk about the artist because that's why Yusuf or Cat Stevens approves my show. I'm the only one in the world that has given the thumbs up by the man. He doesn't like tribute acts at all. There was Darren Coggan going around at one stage around doing the Cat Stevens show. But I got the blessing from the man himself through his brother David Gordon back in 2014. And it's because I don't talk about his life. I don't talk a story about him. I just sing. He knows I just sing his music and that's it. So in saying that, I talk about myself a little bit, what I got into, but not too much. There's not too much talking in the show, so we have that many songs to get through. And I do throw in the songs, like I just said, with Time in the Bottle. I do put that in, and I can change that around wherever I want to do. I was influenced by, my first song I ever learnt was Imagine by John Lennon. At actually Warrnambool Caravan Park. I learned that, picked up the guitar when I was 14, and that was the first song I ever learned, was that. So I love all that sort of music, that sort of, yeah.
A lot of this stuff that artists are singing with passion, it's lived experience, it's stories, it's messages. To deliver them well, you've got to really understand, I suppose, and deliver on the message. Is that something, I suppose, starting with Imagine would be a pretty good place to start about conveying a message of thought through music?
Yeah, well, that's why I play music. And I do what I do is because, as I said earlier, when I found out Cat Stevens wasn't playing anymore, the music's for the people. The people bought the albums and they not get to see it live anymore, and that was drove me to do it. And just playing it. And John Lennon's gone, and all the artists that do this just better play these songs live, because live is the most important thing. It's you connect with the people, and it's for them. I love doing what I do, and I'm blessed that I can. Yeah, do it.
Well, there's a bloke who listens to this show quite frequently, and if Rob or I are not here for a particular day, he comes and fills in for us. His name's Grant. Yep. And he's arguably the world's biggest Elvis fan. And the one thing that gets up his nose more than anything else about Elvis tribute acts are people getting up on stage in the Elvis outfit saying, and then I went to Hawaii in 1968 and did the Aloha, as though they are Elvis. What I'm hearing here is we've got Ron Vincent singing some songs that happen to be recorded by Cat Stevens and or Neil Diamond, rather than I'm actually Cat Stevens or I'm actually Neil Diamond.
No, that's why it's Ron Vincent sings Cat Stevens, and that's what it is. As I said, the Neil Diamond show, my name's not on it. It's in concert, the music and Neil Diamond. We have a lot of people writing, because it's just a simple photo and we don't have any promo. It works. It's been working. I mean, we played in front of 780 people on Saturday, just gone at Bunjil Place in Narrawarrah, and we're about to be touring the country and overseas. So it's working with just simple, it's just in concert, the music and Neil Diamond, that's what it is. But we do get the question, who sings it? And we do say, it's Ron Vincent, but it's not on the promo. It's not supposed to be on the promo, but it was on Bunjil. They put it up there.
Well, it confused me.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I am amongst the most easily confused people in the world.
It might be like asking Dad who's his favourite child, but the message singing songs, which of Cat Stevens and Neil Diamond's songs, and I'm hoping that you give the right answer because there's one sticks out for me, in both artists, which are your favourite songs of the two of them?
Okay, well, it's a bit off-centre with Cat Stevens. I love Bit of Blue. That song, Bit of Blue. It's not a very played one. I don't think he even plays it today when he's touring, but it's called Bit of Blue. I love that one. But also there's so many. There's another one, I Wish, which I just started doing again, which is the Cat Stevens song. And as for Neil Diamond, I love the song Play Me, I suppose. It's a beautiful song.
That is a ripper.
There's so many of them too, once again. But, I try to do songs a bit off-centre that he never does anymore. So we do a song called Done Too Soon, which is the second song on...
Another ripper, yep.
And no one does it. No tribute act does it. That's what I like. And I don't think even Neil plays it anymore, was playing it anymore later before he retired. So I love doing things like that. Another one, Cat Stevens, is C79, I love, which is on Buddha and the Chocolate Box. No one plays that. He doesn't play it. And that's the sort of thing I like doing, because in his Magic Cat tour, 78, he played that song, and it just resonated with me. I thought, that's a great song. I don't know what it means, but it's a great song.
You're So Sweet. I'm assuming you'd have a crack at that, wouldn't you? I feel like the only rooster in the house, I guess it shows.
Yeah, we do that one. That album. Actually, a lot of people don't realise that the Hot August Night album is a very slow album. I mean, there's a lot of slow parts in it. There's a lot of, it starts off with Quench Your Control, which is, where do you go from there? That's why it's the second set. Where do you go from there? You start the night with it. It's just a great song, but that's how the album started, and it's a very slow album. So what we've done, we do that one, You're So Sweet, Porcupine Pie, we do that one as well. It's songs that are a bit off-centre that many people don't do, but the run of them is beautiful. The second set's different to the first set. You're basically getting two different shows. That's what I love about it. You're getting a contemporary one for the first set, which is like a support act, I suppose, for the other set,
Yeah, there you were sitting in the corner crying in your pretzels. You'd already sopped up a whole bowl of potato chips, but the management didn't mind because you were a regular customer.
Oh, dear, mate.
We Neil Diamond and I, of course, are in a global Neil club, you understand. All the successful Neils are there. Neil Armstrong, Neil Diamond, Neil Simon.
Neil Young.
Yeah, Neil Young, and then we stop. There's nobody else after that. Now, Ron, you are literally in transit, we understand, to Cororook. I hope you don't drive past it because it's not the biggest place in the world. Because your first show starts at 3, doesn't it?
That's right. That's the Cat Stevens show. We're trying to. We do this around everywhere we go. We've got the matinee, and if things start going with that sellout, which we're hoping for, meaning with consecutive shows, we have sold out, but we don't have not enough to justify being no show. That's what the runner shows what we're hoping to get. And it's working really well with the Cat Stevens first, and we're off to Queenscliff. We're just locked in a date for Queenscliff actually next. In August, I'll put a bit of a plug here. It's December the 13th. It's a Saturday at Queenscliff View Grand Hotel.
You're telling us you're doing a gig on the 13th of December at the View Grand Hotel in Queenscliff. We couldn't possibly promote that.
No, we can't promote that.
No. What you mean the show on the 13th of December at the View Grand?
If we were allowed to promote it, Ron, where would people go to get tickets? Have you got a personal website?
Yep. It's all on Try Booking. You can go around with, you can contact the venue itself and they'll direct you, but it's all Try Booking. Just put in concert of music, Neil Diamond or Ron Vincent sings Cat Stevens, and it'll come up. So that's going on sale next week, and we're in a good spot now. We're playing around the country. I'm trying to follow the sun. I just got back from Malta to lock in a couple of venues there for August next year, and I'm not a big fan of cold weather, so I love where I live in Rosebud, and I really do, but I don't think I want to stay here for a full winter. So
yeah, I'm detecting a slight Maltese accent. Am I right?
Sorry?
Am I detecting a slight Maltese accent?
Well, I've just been spent 5 weeks. I don't know if there's an accent there, but I just heard back. I just looked at the footage of myself recording something and talking to the phone. Well, recording it. I don't sound very Maltese. I put a few words in there.
Ron, we should let you go and get yourself organised. But for folk who want it, can they get tickets at the door?
Yes, yeah. I just talked to Andrew earlier last week or the week before, and that's no problem at the door. But try booking preferably. It makes it a bit easier, but that's okay. Anywhere we're playing, you can get them at the door too.
I tell you what would be an absolute hoot, Rob, and I reckon you're the kind of bloke that might do this. You're down at Cororook at 3 o'clock, getting a bit of Cat Stevens into you. That finishes at 5 o'clock. You head into Colac for a nice pizza or something at the local pub, and then back out to Cororook for 8 o'clock to get a bit of Neil Diamond into you.
Whew. What a day.
Eh?
Yeah.
Well, that's what Ron's doing.
Yeah.
That's why it's working good at the View Grand Hotel. They come for the weekend, they stay there, and they don't have to go anywhere. They're having a drink, and their rooms upstairs. It's working. That sort of, I'm thinking of what's actually started looking at going around the world playing at Hyatt Regencies, because the venues there, they've got a great big conference room. It's just a matter of bumping in the PA and lighting. And you can hold up to 1,500 people, some of these conference rooms at these Hyatt Regencies. And it's an idea that we're looking at seriously doing, because people can stay there, they can have a drink, they don't have to worry about driving, they fly in from wherever they come into, and it's a really great way.
Well, that'd be good. Yeah, the Corrook Hilton would be an ideal place to start.
Would be good. Hey, Ron, how big is you and your gear and the entourage? Is it you can put it in a budget minivan and travel around?
Or any other brand of rental car?
Yeah, the rental vehicle truck thing.
Yeah, well, we suit whatever size venue it is, and that's what we're happy coming out to. God, I can't even say it.
Corrook. I've been practicing all week. I've had the advantage.
I always say Corrook, but Corrook, that's right. Because we're trying to get to these little towns. We're about to lock in the EA town hall again. We've been there, and we're so grateful that we make an effort to come to these little places. And you know what? It's just to the people, which I don't care if it's how many people can hold, as long as it covers our budget. It's what the most important thing, and we can travel pretty lightly or travel big. It all depends on the venue.
So you're taking the Sandman today with the gear jammed in the back, and you're
or any other brand of panel van.
The V8, last of the V8. I've got the last V8 Sandman.
And you just have some dude pressing the buttons on the production, and then you got your female co-singer, and that's the three of you, and away you go.
Yeah, we've got the drums, bass, keys for the Neil Diamond show. I think the Cat Stevens show is going to be a more acoustic show because it suits the music. So we've got keys and myself and the acoustic guitar. So yeah, we tend to suit what the environment is and what the place is. And I've had people happy to see me play on my own, just acoustic guitar, and sing these songs.
Well, the beauty about those two artists is a lot of their best work that you've mentioned, those songs, you really could just sit on a stool with a guitar and do it justice yourself. It's that sort of music.
It is, and when Cat Stevens toured the States early 71, 72, I think it was, he just had Alan Davies, just the two of them they were supporting. I can't remember. They might have been supporting Bonnie, was it? Oh, I can't remember the name now. It's the duo.
Bonnie and Delaney.
Yeah, Bonnie, I think it's, they were supporting, I could be wrong though, and they were just, two of them, they went on the plane with their acoustic guitars wrapped in like towels. That's how they traveled. And that's how it was, and even his BBC sessions just got the bass, him and Alan, and it's beautiful, you know.
Yeah, towels allegedly stolen from the hotel they were staying in. Hey, Ron, we've got to let you go. If you whereabouts geographically are you at the moment? Are you on this side of the bay or the other side still?
No, I'm actually 2/3 away across. We're on the small ferry. Apparently, the other one's probably getting a bit of maintenance update. So we're on the small ferry, and we're just about to dock, say, in 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, when you get here, whack your radio on to 94.7 FM, and you can listen to the rest of this circus for the next half an hour or so, and then Rob's on for an hour chatting to his mate on the radio. So you will find out straight away what Rob's favourite Neil Diamond song is, because I'm going to play that next, and then I've slipped mine in, and it's a little bit
beautiful.
It's a little bit of an out of not sort of front of mind Neil Diamond song, but I reckon it's an absolute ripper. Ron, Vincent, have a great time in Corrook. The folks, if you want to get along, get on to trybookings.com now and look up Ron Vincent sings Cat Stevens, and then Ron Stevens allegedly sings Neil Diamond. And hope you get a crowd. I hope they're standing outside with the extended screens.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Rob. God bless you both.
Good on you, mate. All the best.